It's the latest grinder on the market from Rocket. Hey, it's Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear, and this is a crew review of the Faustino from Rocket. Love this grinder. There's a couple of things I really like about it, and we're going to demonstrate it. It's not very noisy, it's not real big, and yet it looks really good and does a nice job, and programmable. Now, this is a digital readout up here, and it goes into a sleep mode, which it's in right now, and you see the R there. See it? What I found is I wanted to touch the screen to bring it back alive, and I kept going like this. Hit the R. That brings it alive. You have to hit the R. Now that we've got it going, you can see there are two programmable sizes, a double shot, and you can make the seconds whatever you want, up and down, just like that. And then go over to the single shot, and the same thing. Take the seconds up and down, and it'll grind that amount down into your portafilter. The portafilter rest down here, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but right down here there are two screws. And you release those two screws, and you have to back them out a fair amount because this is on a rubber mount, which gives it less vibration and less noise. That's one of the things about this grinder I like. Also, it comes, looky here, just like the Apartamento. Different side panels, like that. That's the copper side panel. The rest of it is stainless steel, aluminum, with a chute that really, I think, helps with making a mess all over the countertop. It directs the coffee down into the portafilter. Right up here is your bean hopper that holds about 1.5 pounds, and it has a gate valve where you can push that in, take this off, change beans, put it back on. It's also an infinite grinder, which means it's going to be better for espresso. You don't want to go back and forth on this because every little teeny thing, I mean, if you turn this and you want to go like up to a drip from espresso, you're probably going to turn it 7 or 8, 9 times. And the numbers just go around and around. You don't have any reference point. So this is a stepless grinder. I would say use it for espresso and espresso only. 15 inches tall, which is nice, and you can see narrow. And then let me put this on so that you can hear. Let's put it on the double. What it sounds like. Very quiet. Also, hit the button. You'll see it flashing. Shake down, that's the pause feature. Now resume. That's plenty of coffee in there. Now, I gave this the touch test earlier and a look test. Very consistent, very nice. I would say this is a high-end grinder. 50 millimeter flat burr set, by the way, stainless, hardened stainless, 50 millimeter. I can't say enough about this grinder. I really like it a lot. I like it a lot. Oh, and there's one other thing I want to show you on it. Let's say you're grinding and you push the pause. It's blinking. Let's say, you know what? I don't really want to go back to that. Just hold it on, and it goes back to its home page. So very easy to use. Very easy to use. Just make sure when it comes out of the sleep mode, it goes into sleep mode automatically, that you hit the R to bring it back to life again. Well, there's only one thing left that I would like to do. I want to lift the lid, and I want to show you the inside. So stay tuned. We're going to get this all ready, get the tools out, and pop the lid. Okay, so we got the lid off. Here it is, right here. And then I took the screws out. There's 3 screws for the top burr. And there's your burr set. This is the 50 millimeter flat hardened steel, right here. These little doodads on the outside here, when this goes around, forces the ground coffee down into the chute, which is right here. The chute's not very big, so just a little bit of retention. The nice thing about this grinder is that when you take it apart like this, the top burr is not going up and down to make the adjustment. The bottom burr is what goes up and down when you turn this knob. So when you put this back together, after you've cleaned it or you've replaced the burrs, you're going to have basically the same setting. If you replace the burrs, you're going to have a little more adjustment to be needed because your burrs now are fresh and new. If you're putting it back together with the same burrs, you should be in the same spot when you get it back together. So that's the inside of the Faustino, and there's the motor down in there, and you know, it has some good mounting systems which make it relatively quiet. And then this goes back together. The slot goes just like that. Oh, if we don't screw the burrs down, we'll be in deep trouble. I won't bore you with all of this, but I'll put it back together while you watch. Whoop, whoop. So this is the inside of the Faustino. You can see it's well built. Rocket Espresso, they know how to do it. And slide that back in there like that. Put the 4 screws back in, and you're good to go. That's a 3mm. Not that you know, the only reason you should be taking this thing apart is if something's not working right. Because you don't want to mess with things if, you know, don't fix it if it's not broken. That's how I look at it. But, you know, sometimes foreign object will go through your burrs. Your burrs can last 7, 8, 10 years without changing them. But if you happen to have a foreign object such as a pebble, and once in a while coffee has pebbles in it because they, you know, they process it outside, or a stick or something, then your burr is done right then and there. The rock will chip the burrs, and when you look at them, you'll see shiny reflective spots. That means they're not sharp any longer. So, back on, back in business. So folks, that's the ins and outs, under the hood, outside, everything that I can tell you about this machine. And it's from Rocket Espresso. Check it out on our website. And it also comes, and I didn't mention this, the Appartamento with the circles on the sides design, stainless steel, solid, and black. Check that out on our website. And as always, we appreciate you watching these videos and hope that you get something out of it. I know I sure enjoy doing them. So subscribe to our YouTube channel so all your friends can enjoy them too. Cheers.